How's it going, Dave from Comic Book Investments? So, it's another week has gone by, and so GoCollect has given us the top 5 hottest comic books. And what hottest means, it just means volume, units sold. It's just a bunch of them are being sold, and it rises up through the ranks. And so this week, we got a new top 5, and this is for 8/12, so August 12th. What's today? The 14th. So this came out a couple days ago. And so let's look at it. All right. Right now, the number one hottest comic book is Miss Marvel #1. And that has moved up 988 spots. So what does that really mean? It means that down below, because they keep like about a list of 1,000 of them. And so that just means that there's been a lot of selling and buying of this book. Mostly selling, and that's how they calculate the data. So let's look at, why is this popular, first of all? Why is this all of a sudden moving up the ranks? Well, one of the main reasons is they're coming out with a Marvel movie called Marvels. So Captain Marvel 2 is just going to be called, I believe, The Marvels. And then on top of that, they're also coming out with a Miss Marvel TV show that's going to be on Disney Plus, but it's a different Miss Marvel. It's not Carol Danvers. It's Kamala Khan. So let's look at how Miss Marvel #1 has been doing. So let's look at a 9/8. Now, as you can see, look at these data. Look at this. It's like nothing. Oh, and then back in, what is this, 2014, you got a spike, goes way down, spikes up again. This is probably around when the movie came out, 2018, right around a little bit before. Let's look exactly when the movie came out. Captain Marvel film. The film was released in, it says February 2019. Okay. So it was released February 2019. So let's look at the peak. The peak one ever sold was 3950, right? Yeah, 3950 was the most ever sold. And that was sold in probably November of 2018. So 3 months before the movie came out. As you can see here, it peaked a little bit, but then it just starts going down. Right around the peak was probably around October. So a good 4 to 5 months before is when it peaked, and then it just went down to nothing. But it's slowly been coming up. Right now, you're averaging around 1528 for a 9/8. As you can see, it's all green, so it's coming up. Now let's look at a 9/6. Probably going to see this. Yep, same thing. Peaked right around, in 2018. 4 to 6 months before the movie came out. Then it's dropped like a stone. That's a big drop. And it's slowly been inching back up. Nothing to where it was before. So let's look at a 9/0. 9/0, same thing, boom, coming right. It's slowly coming back down. Although one did sell for, right here, sold for $274, but not even close to its peak of $355. So yeah, that's kind of like what's going on with Miss Marvel. Why is it heating up? Just because a new movie, and you can see how these movies just literally push these things super high up. Look, there's probably some announcements down over here, and then bam, pushes it way up to here, and then back down. Will it ever come back to the heights of almost $4,000 for a 9/8? I mean, eventually, one day. But it's going to be this. I imagine it's going to be a slow-going thing. It'll get a peak during the movie, but that's about it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next one is first appearance of Spider-Woman in Marvel Spotlight 32. That's Jessica Drew is the character's name. And the reason why this book has been popping off, has moved up 986 slots, is because it was just announced a little while ago that Isa Rae, I don't know who that is, will be voicing the character in the new Into the Spider-Verse sequel. So Into the Spider-Verse #2. And Spider-Woman's going to be in it. So let's look at Marvel Spotlight 32. Dang, this is really expensive. All right, so it's pretty much not much movement. A little bit up here, back in 2018, you're looking at about $1,300, and it goes straight up to nearly June. It goes up to 6,500. So that's when the character was announced that there's going to be an actor voicing the character, and then it's slowly dropped down. But a lot of comics have it's now around about 4,500. Let's see, about 9.6. Went up. This is around June, so June was its peak. Back down, but a lot of comics peaked around June, so can't hold it against it. Let's see, it's going up again. Oh, well, a 9.4 is slowly going up. So the light purple is just peaks and lows, and then the dark purple line is the average. So you can see the average is moving up. Let's see if we go down to like a 9.2. Average straight down. So, but that I wouldn't say is a problem with the book. It's more of just lately a lot of comics peaked around April to June. So, do I think this is a good get? Yes, I do. I would recommend buying this book. Spider-Woman had her own run. I think it lasted over 50 issues. And, still a popular character, going to be into the Spider-Verse. Moving on. Conan 21. Now, let me tell you something about this book. There is nothing really special about this book. I don't know. Like, 23 and 24 is the first Red Sonja. Let's see. You can look up on eBay. You can get one. See if this tells me anything. Yeah, nothing. CGC just says that this is based on the Black Stone by Robert E. Howard. Nothing really special about this book. Sometimes CGC messes up. Let's look at another one. Yep, based on nothing special. The reason why that this book is rising, though, is because Conan's been rising a lot recently, just in general. There's a Netflix series coming out. Marvel got some rights to Conan, and people think that there could be something that Marvel does with it. But I know Netflix is coming out with their own Conan, so that could be cool. So Conan's just been going up a lot recently. So let's look at it. It's just kind of just whatever someone's willing to pay. It's not, it's not all over the place. Would I recommend this book? No. No, I wouldn't. Unless you're into Conan and you want a Conan 21. But I wouldn't and you need it for your series, or you really like this book, then sure, get it. No, I wouldn't recommend this book. It's not going anywhere. There's nothing attached to it as far as like a character first appearance or something. Go for like a 23, 24. That's first Red Sonja. There's no character attached to it, so it's just gonna be all over the place. All right, next we got Tomb of Dracula, number 10. This is the first appearance of Blade. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know, Blade is coming into the MCU, and I forget the guy's name that's playing him, but he was in that movie like The Green Book. He was also in something else I watched that I liked. I can't remember his name. But anyways, this book is super, super, super hot. A 9.8 selling for around 30,000. That was in June. Let's see if we can get some August numbers in here. Yep, it peaked obviously. Let's see, this is around July. It's dipped a little bit, but like I said, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Let's look at this August number. This August number going up. So let's look at another August. Slight peak, but slight drop. Not that big of a deal. You can't everything just can't go up, 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 up. This one, pretty much exactly where it was the month prior, but even higher before. But if you look at it, it's all greens. Look straight. It's going up. All greens. Where is the reds? The reds are back. Where is this? A year ago? Yeah, last year's average. So this book, super, super hot. It's only going to get better. I think I liked the original Blade trilogy. So I think this one's going to do, pretty good. The new Blade movies. I don't know how they're going to introduce him. I feel like he's more of like an R-rated character, can lean into that a little more, but who knows. Would I recommend this book? Yes, I would. If you can get a copy, get it. I think you'll be fine. I don't see it going down, so I only see it really going up, so this is probably a good time to buy. Last one on the list is we got Howard the Duck #1. Now, Howard the Duck was a lot more popular back in the day, and he had a movie, which was weird, and in like the 80s, and I think Steven Spielberg was attached to it somehow. Anyways, James Gunn put him in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, I believe. There's like a little scene of him where he's like in this tube or something. And then I guess like I don't really, some people, like, there's always like rumor news, and they think that something's going to happen with Howard the Duck. He's going to be in a live action reboot. I don't see it. I just don't. There's so many other characters, and also they've already tried Howard the Duck in the 80s. Why not give some other characters a chance? So I just don't think Marvel is going to take a chance on a Howard the Duck movie. I think he's just going to be an Easter egg here and there. But let's look at him. Let's see how he's been doing. This is Howard Duck 1. It's not his first appearance. His first appearance was Fear 19, I believe. All right, so his peak was back in 2016 at around 1185, and now he's selling for around $1,000, close to his peak years ago. Let's see here, peaked 2009. So he's just all over the place. I mean, it's not really going up. It's not really going down, because you would have bought it back here. You could have paid a lot for it. No, not even. This peak was 2014. It doesn't even hit the 2014. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah. So would I recommend this book? If you want a Howard the Duck #1, get it. If you need it for your collection, get it, right? But if you're buying it for like an investment purposes, no, I would pass on this. It's not even his first appearance. Go for Fear 19. That's his first appearance. That you will have better. This is just the start. I mean, you got Red Sonja and Spider-Man on the cover. It's kind of cool, but no, I'd pass on this book. It's not worth. It's just a #1 issue of Howard the Duck, who I don't think is coming in the MCU. They'll have cameos of him. I'm sure they already have. But yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on the top 5 hottest, comic books according to GoCollect. And these are all the slots that they're moving up, and just a lot of buzz about them. But I don't really know exactly why this Conan is on there. I mean, they even claim in here, seemingly random issue from the title to reach so high on the hottest comics index. But yeah. It's understandable, popular, making Conan 21 stand out like a sore thumb. Yeah, it's just I guess people trying to get these non-key issues. But yeah, that's my thoughts. All right, have a great day.